Yes, it is about India. So, kids, are you ready to feel proud? Because India is such an incredible country. So, let's start with the diverse heritage of India, the Indian cultural heritage. So, wherever you will go in India, you will find a different culture. You will find different heritage of India. Heritage includes so many things, the monuments, the personal heritage, and everything that you can see around you. It is linked with the cultural heritage of India. Now let's come to the point that what is Indian heritage? What do you mean by the word Indian heritage? Heritage means what we inherit from our ancestors, that is, from our elders and their elders and their elders, like from our past. And India is a land of varied cultures and traditions. People from numerous castes, religion, and creed reside in our country. Each ethnic group in our country has its own tale of origin and its set of unique traditions and culture. So in India, you can find so many people of different caste, religion, and creed. Still, it is bound to be a country because there is so much ethnicity and there is so much bonding between all this caste, religion, and creed. They are from different origin, but still we are having our unique tradition and culture from all parts of our country. And that's why India is so incredible. And now, as I told you, it is an activity. So what you have to do, you have to write that in the ruled line part in your activity copy and try to draw this monument that you can see on your screen. What is it? This is Taj Mahal, the one of the seven wonders of the world, and it has been identified by the UNESCO as a World Heritage also. So you are going to draw and color it in your activity book, in your activity notebook on the right side of the page. And this Taj Mahal, if you can write few lines about Taj Mahal, that would be also very nice. Like whatever you know about Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal was built by whom? How many years ago? And why is it called as the seventh wonder of the world? Where is it situated? I need all these answers from you kids. Now, we should be feel proud because India has so many cultural heritage apart from Taj Mahal also. Taj Mahal is very much important as it is one of the seven wonders. Now let's come to the next question, that is, what is a personal cultural heritage? Cultural heritage is an expression of the ways of living developed by a community and passed on from generation to next generation, including customs, practices, places, objects, artistic expressions, and values. Cultural heritage is often expressed as either intangible or tangible cultural heritage. Now you will ask me what is tangible and what is intangible. The things you can touch and the things you cannot touch. It means cultural heritage includes all the things like your rituals, your tradition, your customs, your practices that you have seen from ages, like from your mother, grandmother, great grandmother. They have been practicing few customs. All this comes under the cultural heritage. Now, the next question: why is it important to protect our heritage? It's very much important to protect. Let's see. Cultural heritage and natural history of a nation has a very high value and is unique. Culture and its heritage reflect and shape values, beliefs, and aspirations, thereby defining a people's nation identity. It is important to preserve our cultural heritage because it keeps our integrity as a people. To keep the integrity, to keep a bonding, to keep the people of India as a one country, there is so much need to preserve the cultural heritage because this is what we Indians are known for. India is proud to have so much hereditary monuments and so much culture in it. And we are, as Indian nationals, our duty to protect this. You can see on your screen few monuments that are the Indian cultural heritage and also the hereditary from the UNESCO. It has been recognized as the World Heritage also. So many people around the world come to India just to see this heritage. And we as an Indian should feel proud about this fact that India is so much rich in its heritage and culture and traditions. So the next one is colors of India. As you can see in the picture on the screen, there are so many different colors because of the different clothes that they are wearing. So our next topic is the clothes of India and why it is so different. People wear different clothes in different part of the country because of the changing tradition and culture. Each of the provinces has its own cultural outfit. This relates to the history of each province. People who are inborn in a particular environment tend to adopt from that environment. Like in India. In India, wherever you go, you will find different environment, different kind of circumstances in which their people live, like in hilly areas, in desert area, in the beaches. So the people's clothes differ from that also. So what you are going to do, children? You are going to write that in your activity copy, and also you will either paste the pictures of these different cultural clothes, or you will draw it by yourself on the white side of the page in your activity copy of EVS that you already know how to do it. Either you can draw or paste the pictures that you can already see in the screen. Different clothes worn in the different parts of India. Now comes Indian food and culture. Just like the other things of India, food and culture of India is so much varied and so much incredible. India has a rich culinary heritage that has evolved over centuries. Traditional food give an exquisite vision of India's rich cultural heritage. Traditional food habits across the country are primarily based on the holistic approach to the nutrition. Indian substance tastes best when eaten with fingers and is intended to be eaten by hand. Like chapatis, parathas, dosas are to be torn and wrapped around the side dish. Rice is usually mixed with curries, so every sizable chunk is one of a kind. Now let's come to the different cuisine. First, North Indian cuisine. North Indian cuisine is actually from the region of North India, where it includes Jammu and Kashmir, Punjab, Chandigarh, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Rajasthan, Uttarakhand, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. Wheat forms the staple diet of the North Indian food, and vegetarian diet is the norm almost everywhere. Now let's come to the South Indian cuisine. South Indian cuisine have the 5 southern Indian states like Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, and the union of the territories Lakshadweep, Pondicherry and Andaman and Nicobar Island. There are typically vegetarian and non-vegetarian dishes for all the 5 states. Rice is the staple grain and is the centerpiece for every meal over there. Gravies are called gasi and Tulu language made from the chicken, fish, meat are served with rice. So you can see there is very differences between the North Indian cuisine and the South Indian cuisine. There are more two types of cuisine that are followed in India that we will get to know in few minutes. Now you have seen that what are the staple food of North India as well as the South Indian food. The staple in North India is usually the wheat, the chapatis, the parathas, and it is usually vegetarian. Now, the East Indian cuisine. The geography of the East India makes the cuisine so much more diverse and strong. Actually, it is diverse because of the Chinese border and the Mongolian and the cuisine. They are all mixed up with it, and so much diversity is being formed. It becomes the geography of the Eastern India makes the cuisine a bit different from all of the India. Like if you go to Assam and the northeast, you can find momos and a different cuisine from the West Bengal and Orissa's cuisine. So it is a bit different and diverse and actually identical from all of the India's cuisine. Similarly, the West Indian cuisine, the states of Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa make for the majority of the western states of India. Diversity is one thing that is common across this region, from culture and climate to food. You will find a variety of it as you move from Rajasthan's Aravalli to the western coastline of Goa. Here, rice is the staple food in the western part of India too. Apart from rice, wheat, bajra, jowar are also consumed in the parts of Rajasthan and Gujarat. Similarly, in the East India, rice is a staple food again, because just like in West Bengal we eat rice as a staple food, and with that we eat fish. Fish is also a staple food in West Bengal. Apart from that, the northeast, you can see there also people eat mostly rice and different thing made out of wheat, and almost a different type of cuisine because it is sharing the border with the China and the other Myanmar and all the other countries. That's why it has a different kind of cuisine altogether. So you will see the diversity in India in all parts. So wherever you go, like if you have not seen India as a whole, you should travel more to see India, the diversity and the incredible country that we are living in. We should be proud of it, really. So that's all for today's video. Thank you, students. Feel proud to be Indian. See you in the next video.